again.
Hi.
So if you guys follow us on YouNow, then you're familiar with this camera position.
Yeah, that's where we do all of our live streams.
It is. So what we want to do, we'll take a little walk down memory lane. Now, we've done an early years video before talking about Abby and when she was diagnosed, stuff like that. Let's go way back.
Okay.
Way back. So when Abby was first born, typical baby.
Yep.
As far as we knew. Like, you know, it's hard to tell when they're that small. When they're that, I mean, she was a baby.
Right.
Baby. I gotta turn my phone off too.
She passed all of her, I can't remember what they call them, agarp.
Right.
A-gap.
So I'm gonna pull up some pictures here for us to look at, and we'll show them to you guys as well, so that you know what I'm talking about. Okay? She is power hour too, guys. So you gotta understand.
Hi, sweet girl. Oh, we're dancing.
Oh boy, look
Partying.
at us
Come
over here. This is what we did during YouNow too. We just like move out of the way of the camera so everybody can see Abby.
We're not gonna go anywhere.
We're not going anywhere, silly.
Have a kiss? Nope.
Aw.
Okay.
No? Okay.
Not today.
So when Abby was a baby, her brother gushed over her, loved her to death. She was just the best thing ever, super cute. I mean, nothing was different.
No.
Right? Nothing was different. Up until about the age of 1, and then we definitely started noticing her missing some milestones.
Well, I would even say 6 months old. We noticed that she was doing things a little different.
But it wasn't alarming, I guess.
No.
Around a year is when things were a little more alarming.
Something's not going right.
Yeah,
like,
doctor was still telling us like she was missing milestones because we were expecting her to hit those milestones because Isaiah hit them early. As we all know, that's not true. You know, he just thought we were just being paranoid.
Right.
There were some things looking back now that you're like, oh, mouthing mulch and stuff like that. And it, you know, we just looked at it as mouthing anything. She was a baby.
Right.
But she was very attracted to wood products in particular. That later on found out that was pica.
Right. She has a pica diagnosis as well.
Right. Which pica is not autism, but it goes hand in hand with autism oftentimes.
Sure.
So, you know, things like that, the side eye that we would get all the time, the lack of eye contact. We've been blessed with her having pretty good eye contact. Like, even as a baby, it was okay, but never where it should have been.
Right. She also went to a daycare when she was about 6 months old, because that's when we moved to Florida.
Right.
And they would tell us they had to put a diaper over her eyes because she couldn't sleep unless they did that, and she liked it. Yeah. So I think that was a sensitivity type thing that we didn't put 2 and 2 together. Yeah. And she also rocked as a baby. Yeah, she did some head banging, like in her crib. She would just lay on her stomach and bang her head. She'd lay her hands out and bang her head on the mattress for a long time. Yeah. She was a lot in her own world, doing her own thing, staring off, not really paying attention to what was going on around her. But then at the same time, it was, you know, Isaiah could play with her and she would giggle, you know, and he would chase her and she would try to run from him. And she was a little pudgy thing, trying to run from him. She was so pudgy.
So pudgy. Lots of smiles. She's a very happy kid. She's still a very happy kid. You know, we have the teenage years that we're coping with right now, which, as everybody knows, if you have teenagers, they lose that joy. One day they'll get it back. That's what we hear anyway. She,
from the get-go, she would do her hands and stem off of her hands, which we didn't know what that was. We always joked that she was looking for her diamond from her prince. Yeah.
Yeah, that was, for years and years and years she would do this, and I think so. If you look at your hands, everybody do this, okay? Do that right now. Everybody do it. I have a light right here, that's why I'm seeing it. But everybody do that. So if you look at your hands when you do that in front of a light, it's a pretty cool effect. So she would do that constantly,
like all day.
Never wore shoes, ever.
No.
So it's funny, when I went looking for these pictures, the caption for this picture was, "Takes 2 people to put her shoes on." Because she hated shoes, she would resist shoes, never ever liked wearing shoes.
And, you know, a lot of that goes with the sensory processing disorder. So that's not autism either. Right. You can have sensory processing disorder and not be diagnosed with autism. Yes. A lot of people ask us what level Abigail is. We didn't have the 1 through 5 or whatever the diagnosis codes are now. So it was either PDD, NOS, infantile autism, which is what Abigail was diagnosed with, Asperger's, or classical autism.
Classic autism.
Classic autism. And then I think they would give you a level like low, severe, and moderate. Right. And I think Abigail was diagnosed with infantile autism, moderate to severe. Yeah. So we didn't have the numbers.
Toys, that was another big thing. She never, ever, ever played with toys. She would check them out. She'd, you know, stare at them, like figure out what's going on here, and she was looking for a button to push.
Yeah.
If it made noises or vibrated or whatever, she was into it. But only as long as the music was playing. She would literally hit a button on a toy, set it down, and sit next to it and rock it while it played music, and then she'd hit the button again. So there was never any appropriate play, you know.
Right.
Now we've learned it's her world. Appropriate is what you deem to be appropriate. So
baby dolls.
Yeah.
That's how we knew we couldn't have other kids. Because she was a little aggressive with the baby dolls. She would hold them by their neck. She always took their clothes off, which is, I guess, pretty common, but she never held the baby, like, in a loving manner.
Well, she stripped her bed, she stripped her baby doll, she just, you know.
But remember, she would bang her baby doll's head on the wall, and it would have, like, marks.
There's marks on our wall.
We're like, oh my gosh, I can't have another kid.
That's when we decided that 2 was enough. That's all that we were doing. Well, thanks for hanging out with us for that walk down memory lane today, guys. It was a lot of fun, and hopefully this helps you to stay positive, helps you put a smile on your face. You know, those cute baby pictures that who doesn't like? I mean, everybody likes your baby pictures. We just get to do it with all of you, so it's good for us, I guess. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Bye. Oh my gosh, that little picture of her makes me want another baby.
Oh my Lord! Don't ever say that again.